morning, or depending on when you're watching this, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. My name's Ross, and as always told, out of Voice of Radio. So today we need to look at some cool stuff that is coming out over in Korea for the Pokémon TCG, because they're getting some cool stuff that we're not. And, well, basically at this point we have this thing where this is a Pokémon TCG news channel, and where there's Pokémon TCG news, we're gonna have a little bit of a look at it. Sound like a plan? Excellent. Now, there's actually a bunch of stuff going on that we need to have a little bit of a chat about, but let's start off having a look at this jacket. Yeah, there is a Pokemon card game jacket coming out over in Korea, and this seems like the kind of thing we should definitely be talking about. Now, the good news is that this jacket is actually available for free. The bad news is, unfortunately, that there's only 20 of them being given away. So it's going to be very difficult to get one of these. But I do feel like if you do get one of these, it's going to end up being one of the coolest, weirdest, most valuable pieces of random Pokemon TCG merch that you've ever seen, because it seems like it's limited to 20, and I've not seen this being made available elsewhere. I think it might literally just be a Twitter competition, I assume it's Twitter, to get this thing. And what you have to do is you have to show off your best Pikachu card. And when you show off your best Pikachu card, they basically pick some winners, and those people get the jacket. Now, obviously, nowadays, we're all talking about the Pikachu from Surging Sparks. More on that in a moment. But in terms of best Pikachu card, there are some strong contenders. The one from Paldean Fates, which is the Okacheke artwork, is probably the answer. But the illustration rare from 151 is obviously stunning. Might I give a shout out to the Gigantamax Pikachu done by Akira Igawa? Or maybe if you want a bit more of a local flavour, which is not local in Korea, it's local to me, but it would be a bit new and different and weird if you entered the competition in Korea with this. Maybe a Pikachu on the ball, as an example. That could be kind of fun. So, yeah, there's a bunch of different options, I think, which make for very cool answers to this question. I rather suspect there isn't actually a correct answer. It's probably just, we will look at a bunch of people who tweeted these or sent us these pictures, and then we'll just pick some at random to actually win, which is a little bit sad. I'd like to think there was a right answer, but it also feels like that could kind of ruin the competition. Either way, this is weird and cool and different. And if you happen to be in Korea or have the ability to enter this, might I suggest you do so. But while we're talking about that Pikachu from Surging Sparks, maybe we should have a bit of a chat about Surging Sparks in Korean. You see, there is a set which has just come out over in Korea just a couple of days ago, and it is basically the Super Electric Breaker Special Kit. And what we've got here is a bunch of packs of... a bunch of packs of Super Electric Breaker. 30 packs for what it's worth. But then you also get a bunch of other stuff. There is a big sticker. If that's what you're into, we got one of those. We got sleeves. We got deck box. And we've got ourselves a binder, and then it all comes in a big, large cardboard box as well. And I kind of love this. This is another thing which we don't really need. There's no real reason for it. And yet, it's a kind of thing that I think an awful lot of people are just going to be happy about. If you want this, pick it up. It's going to be wonderful. If you don't want this, just ignore it. And you don't need to worry your pretty little head about it, but it's there for people that do. In terms of a price, this is coming out at 50,000 won, which translates to like $35, which is absurd. Absolutely absurd. This is $35 for essentially a box of cards, and then sleeves, deck box, binder, all for $35. It's ridiculous, frankly. But, hey, it's a good deal. I think it's one of those things where don't argue about it, just enjoy it. And of course, Japan gets this kind of stuff, yeah? Japan gets the whole sleeves and deck box with the booster pack artwork. And they did, incidentally. Japan did get the sleeves and deck box for Super Electric Breaker. And you'll notice it's very similar kind of thing going on here. But that's not really the point. The point is that you're getting this cool set. It's all lovely and together. And it's ridiculous value, frankly. And if I'm just trying to have a look at the Japanese and Korean sleeves side by side, they do seem to be almost identical. They are very, very similar. And the deck box, again, maybe there's some slight differences, but they do seem to be basically exactly the same. But I don't believe Japan got the binder for Super Electric Breaker. So that's going to be something specific to Korea, something exclusive to Korea, something that they're getting that nobody else is. And I'm just going to say it, I really wish we got stuff like that over here. I wish we could have a set where you could pick up a booster box with sleeves and a deck box and a binder for a decent price. That would be genuinely brilliant. Now, this next thing, I'm going to be honest with you, this is actually something that released back in August. I'm late on this news. I missed it first time round. I'm very sorry I missed it first time round. I feel bad about missing it first time round, but at least I'm here now. What we've got is basically Snorlax sleeves and playmat. I think it might actually just be a playmat, yeah. Although actually there is another product which is a deck box. So there was a deck box released and there was a playmat released. And these are adorable. Some of the things Korea's doing with accessories at the moment is just redonkulous. The deck box comes in at 5,001, which is $3.50 almost exactly. The playmat comes in at 20,001, which is $14.01. So let's just round that to $14, shall we? And I love this. I love Snorlax. Snorlax is one of my favorite Pokemon. Now we've got this going on here as well. It's just absurdly good. It is the kind of thing which I would very much like to take part in. Korea's getting way better stuff than we are. And this Snorlax stuff is just an example of that. I'm jealous. I wish we could have it in the West. We can't. And actually, like I say, it came out in August, so there is a chance we have missed it. I'm sorry. What can you do about it? Well, what we can do about it is I can tell you about the Gengar stuff, which is coming out, which might help to soften the blow a little bit. This is far more recent. Shout out to the lovely Primal Lugia over at Poker Guardian for giving us a heads up about this. And we got ourselves a playmat, which is the same price as the Snorlax one. Which, look, it's Gengar and it's got the pre-evolutions and all of that. So if you're a Gengar fan, you're going to look at this and go, that's amazing, I want it. And if you're not a Gengar fan, you're going to look at that and go, well, I'm not a big Gengar fan, it's fine. But that's, I think, kind of the point. I love the idea that we've got all this stuff where you can join in or not join in, and either way, it's absolutely fine. There's also a deck box, which is the same price as the Snorlax deck box. There is a damage counter tin storage case, which is the same price as the deck box. It's just a metal tin to keep your damage counters and all of that in. And a pouch. And I love that the pouch has connecting artways, front and back, so you'd have to get multiple pouches to actually connect them. But I love that they've gone to that effort anyway. I suppose you could cut one side and then it would make one piece of art, but please don't do that. It is 8,001, which comes in at $5.60. And yeah, I think it's time to start getting a bit jealous because they've got this promotion for the jacket. And seriously, is there anybody watching this video that is looking at that and going, I don't want that jacket? Is anyone out there watching and not thinking they want the jacket? Because come on, obviously you all want the jacket. It's phenomenal. But then we've got the Super Electric Breaker set where you get the booster box but a bunch of other stuff for a frankly pretty absurdly cheap price. And then you've got your Snorlax accessories, which, to be fair, were a while ago. And then your Gengar stuff, which is just coming out now. Or came out like a week ago. And this is all just awesome. But I've told you about all of this now. So now it's over to you guys. Are you looking at all this stuff over in Korea with jealous eyes? Do you wish we had more of this kind of stuff over here? How much do you want that jacket? Let me know all of this and more in the comment section. Go nuts! Be nice. And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at TheWasi. That's where we talk about Pokemon and a whole bunch of other card games. And please do consider checking out patreon.com/PTCG Radio, where you can support the channel, get some bonus podcasts and all kinds of fun things. And get shoutouts on the channel like the lovely Mary Sanders Lazenby, who's been a supporter of ours for a while now and is a very lovely person. So shout out to them for the support and the loveliness. But by far the most important thing is always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching PTCG Radio.